Where are you now that I need you?
Alpine A110 review. The new Renault Alpine A110, and it's something very different. On the surface it's perfectly straightforward, a compact two-seat coupe in the mold of the Porsche Cayman and Audi TT. But underneath, the new A110 is perhaps the world's best example of the virtuous circle approach to automotive engineering. It light, really light, Lotus light, yet with the creature comforts you need to make it a pleasing daily driver. How light? Just 1,103 kilograms for the flagship version. That's 300 kilograms less than the Porsche or Audi, almost 25% less. In fact, how? Firstly, by designing it from the ground up with little carryover, and secondly by sweating the small things. So an aluminum bodied, aluminum chassis, aluminum suspended sports car that has a modest 1.8-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine developing 249 bhp and 236 pounds-ft of torque at 2,000 rpms, that mounted behind the seats and drives the rear wheels via a 7-speed Getrag double-clutch gearbox. Perhaps the only thing about the car that not the lightest possible option. We have tried to follow Colin Chapman principle, which is still valid. So if we have low mass, we can have moderate power, so we don't need super wide tires or big, heavy brakes and so on, says Alpine Chassis technical leader, Thierry Equin. We have chased all grams everywhere on each component and each system to achieve this weight. Everywhere you look you see this attention to detail. There no secondary brake caliper for the electric parking brake. It now integrated into the primary brake itself. That saves 2.5 kilograms. And getting Brembo to integrate their software into the Bosch ECU instead of bolting on a separate control unit and wiring has saved another kilo. And the brackets that hold the parking brake cables and hoses are aluminum too. This is unusual, claims Equin, but it saves 7 grams 12 grams there, and it adds up. The seatbelt seat is a mere 13.1 kilograms, half the weight of the Recaro seat in the current Megane RS. The message from Alpine, building its first car since the final A610 rolled out the diap gates 22 years ago, is that lightweight matters. It certainly promises to make the Alpine efficient. The claims are 46.3 mpg and under 138 grams per kilometer of CO2, numbers a standard Cayman can get within 7 mpg and 30 grams per kilometer of. The Alpine weight defines the whole driving experience. Mostly this is good news, but there are downsides to driving a light car that still wants to be comfortable and easygoing enough for everyday use. In other words, not as hardcore as a Lotus or compromised as an Alpha 4C. Sport is where the Alpine A110 shows its true colors. It flows beautifully. This is a sports car done differently. It's not hard, nor harsh, aggressive, or intimidating. Instead, it's simply wonderfully composed and fluid. No matter how awkward the road surface underneath, the Alpine, with little weight to compress its soft springs, glides across the ruts and bumps. The ride quality and control is bewitching like a Lotus, but with longer suspension travel and greater refinement.